Hey, I found a way to make up to 70% return on my cryptocurrencies in a legit way. Not money game, huh? Ever since I learned about DeFi, I've been going big on it. The return on DeFi is just too big to ignore. In fact, I've liquidated some of my equity exposure to increase my portfolio in DeFi. Damn! Hi, I'm Frankie. Welcome back to my fuck show, Frankie Answers Questions. Today, I want to talk about DeFi and how I make that kind of returns. What is DeFi? DeFi, in short for decentralized finance. The idea is to provide financial facilities like a bank, but removing the role of banks in the process. Sounds confusing, right?
What the hell are you talking about?
Okay, let me explain to you. To understand DeFi, we have to first understand the current financial systems. Today, when we have money, we either put it under the pillow or deposit it in the bank. The bank will then use this money to invest, to give out loans and make money from it. In return, they share a small portion of the profit with you in the form of interest. Actually, the banks are just making money by being an intermediary to facilitate financial transactions. This is a very good business. Take other people's money to make money, simply because you all cannot trust each other. DeFi removes the role of a bank by creating a system that can facilitate the same financial transactions without intermediaries. That's why decentralized finance. Why does DeFi matter? In my opinion, DeFi is the cornerstone of the future development for cryptocurrency. Think of what is the most important business of every country. Banking. Banking is the backbone of an economy since it facilitates all business transactions. Remember, I used to say I didn't buy the idea of cryptocurrency? One of the main reasons is because it lacks the infrastructure that mirrors the real world use of a currency. But with DeFi, it changed my perspective. Because now, with DeFi, cryptocurrency is like a parallel world that mirrors real-life finance. In short, DeFi is the banking or financial institution of the crypto world. DeFi provides liquidity and facilitates transactions, therefore accelerating the value of cryptocurrencies. If the world starts to accept and adopt DeFi in a big way, perhaps one day cryptocurrencies will be the new currency of the world, just like the US dollar today. Currently, the development of DeFi is still at an early stage. At this point, the services are limited to staking, liquidity mining, and lending, which is kind of like FD, money changer, and loans. Moving forward, there will be more sophisticated financial assets offering on the blockchain. Soon, you will see tokenized stocks, which is a real stock exchange using cryptocurrencies. Imagine buying Apple stock with cryptocurrencies. You will also see smart futures and options, which is exactly like the derivative markets that we are already familiar with. One of the most popular DeFi service provider currently is Cake DeFi. They offer all the services that I mentioned above, and that's how I'm making up to 70% returns on my investment. What is Cake DeFi? Cake DeFi is a company set up in Singapore to champion DeFi services on top of its native cryptocurrency known as DFI. Singapore is one of the very few countries in the world today that encourages the development of cryptocurrencies. Being a registered company in Singapore, Cake DeFi abides to stringent regulation that protects Cake users that is using the services, and that is the reason why I'm comfortable using them. Think of it like a bank for DFI. It facilitates all DeFi services that are offered by the native DFI blockchain. What is staking? If you are staking on Cake DeFi, you will get more than 50% return per annum on your DFI coins. I bet you heard of mining cryptocurrencies where people install powerful computers to solve complex mathematical problems, to verify blockchain transactions, and then be rewarded with new coins. Staking is actually a form of mining where miners will put up a stake as collateral to solve these mathematical problems and will be rewarded with new coins. When you participate in staking, you are essentially lending the miners your coins as part of the mining process. In returns, you get a share of the reward. Cake DeFi has set up all the mining capacities known as masternodes so that the users could participate by providing collaterals in these masternodes to earn a share from staking rewards. What is liquidity mining? This one is even more interesting because the return could go up to more than 70% on Cake DeFi. Think Think of the liquidity pool as a money changer. It facilitates the changes of currency between parties. Traditionally, a money changer gets a real-time update of the current price of each currency, then offers a rate of its favor to the public. If you like the rate, then a trade is transacted. The key is to benchmark the price against the spot forex rate. In order to mirror this in the decentralized finance, a liquidity pool is created to facilitate the exchange of two currencies. For example, Bitcoin to DFI or Ethereum to DFI pool. To make sure that the transaction is efficiently benchmarked against the real-world exchange rate of the crypto pairs, each pool begins with a specific ratio. The rest is a series of complex processes. The point here is that when you provide liquidity into pools by putting a crypto pair, say Bitcoin and DFI, you will be able to earn money from the transaction fees when people perform a transaction in the liquidity pool. Basically, you become a market maker. But here's the catch. The fact that it gives way higher reward than staking is because there's a risk of impermanent loss. Basically, this risk associated with the rise and fall of the value of the cryptocurrency pairs. But if you really understand how it works and you have a plan, you can always make it work in your favor. For example, recently I used it to double my returns on DFI in about 2 months. Anyways, that is a story for another day as it involves more complex ideas. If you would like to know more how I did it, comment DFI in the comments box. Tokenized stock? What is this? If you are already familiar with cryptocurrencies and DeFi, you probably already know enough about staking and liquidity mining. But here's the interesting thing. DeFi is going to introduce decentralized stock investment by end of November, giving the DefiChain community the opportunity to invest in real-world equities, such as Tesla and Google. In fact, the developers are already working on even more sophisticated financial assets to be included in the blockchain in the near future, which will increase the utility of the DFI coins. In crypto, we already know that utility and scarcity creates value of a coin, and that was the reason why I bet on DFI more than other usual cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. So what is tokenized stocks? One of the most common financial instruments is stocks. Today, if you want to buy stocks like Tesla, you have no choice but to open an account with a broker and buy it in US dollar. You can't buy it directly with cryptocurrencies. If you are holding cryptocurrencies only, you will have to liquidate them. Imagine if you buy a stock like Tesla without the need to liquidate your cryptocurrency. That is the idea of tokenized stock. Currently, there are already existing tokenized stocks in the crypto world. The concept is called synthetic stock, where a token is created and tied to a real-world physical stock. For example, a Tesla token will be backed by a Tesla share, a bit like how stablecoin works. However, this did not serve the purpose of a truly decentralized finance, as an intermediary will still need to hold a physical Tesla share to support the token. So, what if the intermediary did not do their job properly? How do you ensure your tokenized stock is really what it meant to be worth? Cake DeFi sets up to fix this flaw by making it truly decentralized, which is once again removing the intermediary that needs to hold physical stocks and replace it with a set of rules and algorithms that can effectively mirror the real-world stock market movements. So, how do they do it? Again, this is a complicated process. I can only say that I'm really impressed with the developers and I really want to interview them to pick on their bright brains. Anyways, the short version is to back these tokenized stocks with more cryptocurrencies instead of physical stocks, and then mirror the price of the tokens against the real world with something known as a price oracle. Here's the interesting part. The price oracle is in collaboration with Nasdaq. While many of us think that this kind of project would get backlash from regulators, it was a surprise to me that Nasdaq is willing to collaborate. In my experience, when such an organization is in collaboration on a project, something big is brewing.
Ooh, that's a bingo.
How do I benefit from all this? For me, staking and liquidity mining are already attractive to yield what I could get from holding DFI coins on Cake DeFi. And personally, I'm really looking forward to the launch of the DefiChain tokenized stocks to be launched in the later part of November. A large chunk of existing supply of DFI coins will be locked to create tokenized stocks and other financial instruments in the future, which means there will be a liquidity crunch on DFI. As a result of that, the demand for DFI DeFi will increase and possibly sending the price to the moon. Since I believe that DeFi coins price will go up, I'm accumulating my position of DeFi. This is what I'm doing. I've been buying Bitcoin Cash to transfer it to DeFi and then swap it to DeFi. From there, I allocate my DeFi to do staking and liquidity mining to earn a return while waiting for tokenized stocks to be launched. Hopefully, if all this goes well, I won't be earning just from staking and liquidity mining, but also appreciation of the value of DFI and maybe more money from tokenized stocks. How I see this is that DeFi provides me a platform to maximize my earnings from my crypto holdings. However, don't take my words for it. Ultimately, it is best for you to continue to do more research before investing in DeFi in order to make good, informed investment decisions. That's all we have for today. #FUP.